So for this video, I wanted to discuss some of the things I feel like Nissan should do if they were to bring the Titan back. Some ideas I got from the Nissan Titan Facebook group that I'm in. It pretty much aligns with how I already feel, so I'm not going to separate what was said in the group and how I feel. So let's get into it. So the first and most obvious option that people want back, including myself, is the V8. Now, me personally, I don't think the V8 will return unless emissions just, eases up on, all of the crap they got going on. But I don't see it coming back. It is possible. It's not outside the realm of possibility. I believe it can come back if emissions ease up and they can go like the Ford route where they have the twin turbo V6 in their full size SUVs, and then they have engine choices in the pickup trucks. So I can see the V8 coming back, and I can see the V6 being an option or an upgrade, as you will, with flex fuel technology, 450 horsepower on premium fuel, 425 on regular octane. So the second thing is the rear sliding window. Now, I noticed in previous generations, the rear sliding window was bigger. I think by 2015, it downsized. It came a little slimmer. I would like to see the big rear sliding window come back, though. I don't know if it was a financial thing where the smaller window just costs less, but I would like to see the rear sliding window make a return, the big one at least. More rear seat leg room. Now, mine has a lot of leg room. I have a 2014, has a lot of leg room. I'm okay with the leg room in mine. I think I would be okay with them keeping it that way, but if they decided to go the F-150 route, F-150 has really, really big rear seats, or a lot of leg room in the rear seats. I've test driven one, a 2021, I believe. It has a lot of room. So if they could improve that with some financial help at least, that would probably help. Single cab option. That's the next thing. I believe a part of the reason that Nissan went under and the Titan had to really go away is because they got rid of the single cab option. Commercial and fleet vehicles were not selling. They weren't selling a lot of those. And that can be a big market for Nissan if they keep the single cab option. They can have a lot of fleet sales. Fleet guys, other than like, upper management or whatever, they won't really have, even those guys don't really have like crew cab for work or from their job, So companies will buy big on single cab options if they're available. This is one that I didn't see in the group, but this one is for me. More wheel well room. Come on, Nissan. I think the wheel well room by volume and by truck size is even smaller than the Frontier. I think the Frontier, according to its size, has more wheel well room. If you notice, the Nissan Titan wheel wells goes, it's like an open circle. It kind of goes more like this, and it kind of curves in a little bit. If you look at other brands, if you look at Ford, Ram, even Toyota, theirs is more of like a dome. It kind of like goes out a little bit, kind of like that. So more wheel well room. I'm going to skip the next one, and I'm actually going to go to the one after that because it kind of aligns with this one. More aftermarket support. I see Z1 Off-Road, not a super popular brand. They make a lot of Nissan stuff, and they make primarily Nissan stuff for the Titan, Frontier, Xterra, off-road stuff. They make an exhaust. I think they even have like a leveling kit. They got spacers, and they sell like other brands on their website as well. So more aftermarket support would definitely help because, Ford has Roush. Ooh, that's a big one. They have Roush. They got Rocky Ridge. Rocky Ridge, I think, works with everybody, even including Nissan. If they just, work with more aftermarket companies, that would up the brand, man. That would be really, really good marketing that you can combine with other brands, outside of just your own, outside of just Nissan. And you can make more parts for aftermarket help. Guys that want to modify their trucks like I do, won't be as much work, and that's why it kind of goes along with having more room in the wheel wells, being able to fit larger tires, And last but not least, making XD and HD an official HD. I don't know what kind of engine choice they would have in it because I don't think a 5-liter V8 diesel can do heavy duty work. I don't think that's a large enough displacement. I'm thinking maybe 6-liter V8. Maybe a 6-liter straight 6. Another thing they would have to do is bigger brakes, obviously. And I think they would have to up the gear ratio. I'm not sure what the XD gear ratios are, but I think they would have to up the gear ratios. But those are my things that Nissan, I feel they should do if the Nissan Titan were to come back.